yo? Can I start off by saying I saw an amazing movie with LJ. LJ and I had like a little bit of a date night. And I said, let me go live after this night of movies or movie because this movie, if let's say we had a scale to put the movie on a scale, right? Like, 1 out of 10. What do you give this movie?
You asking me?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, how about if I were asking you, what would you say this movie was? What would you give this movie?
I would give the movie an 8. I enjoyed it.
An 8?
Yes.
I would give this movie I don't do this very often. I give this movie a 9. I don't think I can't remember the last time I gave a movie a 9. I can't even remember that.
Avatar.
You think I liked Avatar that much? The first
Yeah.
one, maybe?
Yes.
Hmm. I would disagree, but it's the way you remember it. That was like what, 15 years ago?
Yeah, I guess so.
No, I didn't care for Avatar like that. I thought Avatar was pretty good. I did I ever go back to see Avatar twice?
I think so.
I went and saw Avatar twice.
I think so.
I have no memory of that. But if you say I did, I take your word for it. I don't have any memory of that. Um, I thought the Avatar was okay. I liked it. I know the second one was trash with the Hispanics in the water.
Yeah.
That was like, whoa, no thank you. Um, and no disrespect to water, but that was trash. Okay, let's talk about this movie, The Long Walk, really quickly. I'm not going to be here forever with this review, but I will say that I didn't see any previews or any trailers for the movie because I don't really watch trailers for movies. And I told LJ, let's see a movie, and she says,
The Long Walk.
no, you didn't tell me the name of the movie.
I said a zombie movie.
Right. She said, do you want to see a zombie movie? And I said, of course. Because I am a student of zombie movies. There are very few and far between zombie movies I haven't seen, including British zombie movies, um, zombie movies from New Zealand. I've seen zombie movies from Germany. I watch tons of zombie series that, are on Netflix and Hulu and, the just tons of, I'm really into zombie movies. I can do a thesis on zombies and things like that. I saw the movie, and so I was like, yeah, let's see the zombie movie. But I didn't want to see a trailer. Didn't want to know anything about it. Let's just go. Kind of wanted to get away from the children, who have basically gotten on my last nerve. Both of them, my daughter and my son. My son, you know, 4 glasses he broke in a week. 4 pair of glasses he broke in a week, and then my wife drives around the neighborhood and she sees him and she spots him. He doesn't have his glasses on. It's like, where are your glasses? Oh, I put my glasses in wrapped in a t-shirt in my friend's book bag. So he was punished, and he will be punished tomorrow. You're gonna have a 2-day punishment. You just took the brand new pair of glasses that I just got from the optical store in a T-shirt in your friend's bag, because God forbid a girl should walk by and see him with glasses on. You know, those $500-600 glasses. Oh, they're gonna just take away from his beauty. But anyway, I digress. This is supposed to be a movie review.
Yes.
And it's not easy being a parent, y'all. I don't suggest it. Don't do it. Or at least, you know, until they're like 12. And then pass them off to someone. And then get a new set, you know, from babies all the way to 12. And then, you know, do like little Boosie does.
The first 12.
From Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Let me just tell you about the things that I don't like about the movie first. What I don't like about the movie is, oh wait, should I tell? All right, that was my son that got on my nerves. My daughter got on my nerves too, because she called and she said, "Can I get some money?" And my wife was like, "What did you say?"
Money for what?
And she says,
Money for me.
"Money for me." Don't want to use the money that you made walking the dogs. You want to use our money, and when we ask you what's it for, it's for me. So I needed to get away from the kids. And I keep forgetting this is a movie review. But anyway, what I didn't like about the movie is, once again, we have the black characters in the movie are not American blacks. They're British. They're African. They're not American blacks. I didn't like that. I don't like that. And that pisses me off. But that was only speculation until I got back in the car and I looked up the cast just to make sure, and I was right. The star of the show is a British guy. And one of the co-stars was he was born in, what they said, Chattanooga. He was born in Chattanooga, Tennessee, but he's an African kid who's 19 years old. I thought he was okay. He reminded me of that guy that was in the movie The Equalizer with what's his name? Denzel Washington. And Denzel Washington, I thought, you know, he kind of like was the same guy, like that same look, that kind of like dumbfounded, you know, like almost, "Yes sir, boss, I'm gonna be a good boy, I'm not gonna do no more wrong," you know, that kind of stuff. So I kind of didn't like that. So those were the things I didn't like. But it was a true ensemble cast. We have, you know, the golden boy with the blonde hair. We have like the misfit, the junkie, or the one who plays the role as the kid with the I was teasing about him being Giovanni, right? I was teasing that we have a friend, he's a journalist. He's actually done a few stories on LJ, and he's LJ's friend. So I tease him a lot, and I've actually gotten some people didn't like the way I was talking to him when I did a short on the food giveaways that LJ does. But one of the characters just reminded me of Giovanni, which was just like that ADHD guy with the stringy hair that he hasn't washed in 6 months. Not saying that Giovanni doesn't wash his hair, I'm not saying that. But you know, the guy almost had dreads. And then you have that one Asian guy. The one Asian guy, I'm not sure what role of Asian he played. I don't know if it was Chinese or Korean. And then you have, so wait, basically, there's a group of kids, 50 kids, that all sign up voluntarily. You know, that voluntarily thing. It's a trap. And I like the way the characters broke down that voluntary trap. And it was quite early in the movie where the guy just started to talk about how, do you know anyone who hasn't signed up for this? And what this is what it was an opportunity to uplift the country after the United States of America had some sort of wars. I don't know if it was civil wars. We missed the first minute of the movie when there was like some sort of synopsis that was written down where you had to like quickly read it, and by the time we got there it had just finished and it went right into the movie. And me not ever seeing a trailer for the movie, not knowing anything about the movie, thinking the movie was a zombie movie, um, because and then that that texture of the movie was very gray and beige and brown. There were no blue skies, there were no green grass, there was no even green trees. Everything was super dull, super gray. So it set the mood very really quickly that this is not a post-apocalyptic time, but a post-Civil War time. But our timeline, and then it also talked about how you weren't even allowed to talk bad about the government. They'll come into your house and kill you. And so it's all about like taking away your First Amendment right kind of space where something happened, the Civil War happened, some sort of military coup happened. So I'm quickly like, oh, wait, this is not a zombie movie. So I quickly got that out of my mind that it was a zombie movie. I mean, super fast. Within the first 10 minutes, I was like, I never even remembered that LJ even said it was a zombie movie. I just, so at first I was like, wait a minute, is this a zombie movie? Or are they gonna walk into zombies and have like a big zombie fight? But this director, Francis something or another, was so good at allowing me to focus on the task at hand. And I appreciate that. It's so hard to find a really, really good director that can have you and keep you. And then it reminded me of 12 Angry Men. And 12 Angry Men is a story that took place in one room. This story takes place on one road. And this road is a road that's leading to a place where it uplifts the country, where people get to root for someone. So they're being there's a military vehicle in front of this 50 group. There's 50 guys. 50 guys are walking. There's a military vehicle in front of them, and there's two behind them. And if you get off the road and try to step in the grass or anywhere off that asphalt, you will be shot and killed. But at first, they didn't say shot and killed. They said you'll get a ticket. And after the third ticket, you get, what did they refer to it as? Do you remember? You get a checkout. You get checked out, or it was vague. It was super vague, and then it's just some kid like caught like a cramp, and you had to keep a pace of 3 miles an hour. So they gave them all watches, and those watches were showing how fast they were moving and how many miles they were going, how many miles they went thus far, and how fast their pace is. And if they slow down under 3 miles an hour, they get a warning. And then within, I think, like 5 seconds, they get a second warning. And then the third warning, you are basically killed. They take your life. Somebody with a military style rifle blows your damn head off. And the object is the last man standing wins this amazing prize. And this prize comes with cash, fame, notoriety, and also a wish. You're given a wish. So all these kids, these 50 kids, are walking, and they all have this wish, and they all go back and forth throughout the film talking about, what are you going to wish for? What do you wish? What do you wish? What do you wish? What do you wish? And we're finding out very quickly that this sort of challenge that they're on is a challenge of, it's basically you're testing it. Basically you're walking on a road, and I think by the time they got to the end of the road where the last man was standing, so to speak, they were at 300 and something miles. So just imagine, no sleep, no bathroom, no rest period. You're just walking for 300 and something miles. I think they were up to day 5 or day 6. So it's 6 days, 300 and some odd miles. And the bond that was being created by these young men were pretty amazing and realistic. Of course, you had the one guy who was hoping that other people get shot and killed and break their ankles so that he can maintain some sort of like the more people that die, the better for me. You know, it was a lot like the Squid Game. What's that called? Squid. What is that? Korean, that South Korean movie. Yeah, I think it's called Squid Game. It was a lot like that, but on the road. And while on the road, we got to know at least 7, 8 of the characters that were there, the main characters. And I have to tell you, man, I was locked in. Hook, line, and sinker to these characters because I saw that they were expendable. And no matter how much you try to get to like a character, there was no real hero gonna happen here. And you still was interested into what's gonna happen next. And a couple of times when they did those headshots, I had to cover like this because I don't like to see people get their heads blown off. You know, it doesn't, I don't want to become desensitized. So I don't mind closing my eyes and going like this and just hearing the gunshot because this movie was pretty graphic with the gunshots. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
It was super, super graphic. But the movie was really, really well done. And it took place on a road. It wasn't a huge set or a huge budget. And it was absolutely brilliant. These actors, that British guy who stars in it, he's playing like an 18, 19-year-old. He happens to be 32 years old. And it looks like, according to Wikipedia, he's been acting for over 10 years. He did phenomenal. He's playing, his accent that he was using, though, was supposed to be some sort of southern. What would you say about his accent?
Definitely southern.
Yeah, but it wasn't that good.
Twang.
He's missing that swag that actual ADOS an actual ADOS person would have, which is an American descendant of slavery. And he was missing it just a little bit. But he had it enough where you're like, wow, this guy is really good. It sucks that he was 32 years old and they have probably 500 black American actors that could have played that role at 18, 19 years old. I don't think you needed a guy 32 years old playing a 19, 18-year-old in order to get this point across. I don't think so. But there were moments that I had to say and get out of my head and say, this guy's phenomenal. This guy's phenomenal. This is like, the writing was freaking great. Stephen King, kudos to you. And I'm really, really happy to have, I'm really happy that I got an opportunity to see this movie. It was that good. And I recommend you see it with a friend. You go out there. I won't take my kids because too many headshots. I don't need my children desensitized from, you know, I don't need my kids just constantly seeing people's heads get blown away. Mind you, there's 50 kids there. So we're talking about, that's a lot of headshots to go through. Where one of the interesting parts was when it became nighttime, they were walking and you could see one of the signs, the road signs was talking about the grade, like for trucks to be aware that this we're going up a huge hill. And they lost like 10, 15 people that night. It was just crazy. One kid, he like stepped into like a pothole, broke his ankle. Oh my God, it was so sad. And then towards the end of the movie, we have the Native American. I hope this person is not honking at me. Oh no, he's honking so he can get out behind me. Okay, good. They had the Native American. And I gotta just, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, I gotta tell you this part. They're walking for like 4 or 5 days and they're like out of their mind. Some of them have to pull their pants down and just relieve themselves.
He wants some, but he's ordering food, so he just got.
Oh, he's ordering food, okay. There's a food truck in front of me. And then over here to the left, somebody's double parked and they walked over to order food. Now the car behind me, he's trying to get out and wants this car here to the left of me to move. But there's no one in the driver's seat. You're honking at a nobody, sir. So it is what it is. And I'm over here doing a live about a movie review. And this Indian guy, he just couldn't take it anymore. This was actually someone else had tried this move where they just tried to grab one of the weapons from because there's a car in front and there's two cars in the back, and sometimes one of the two cars in the back will drive alongside of them. And it was crazy is that if you slow down, you get those warnings. And there was this one scene, this is before the spoiler alert, there was this one scene where the guy he just was like super tired, and the soldier with the rifle is just pointing right at the back of his head while they're walking, because he was on his third warning. No more warnings after third warnings. You just get it if you cannot keep up with the time, which is 3 miles an hour. And that soldier was right there with that thing right at his head. Super intense. But towards the end of the movie, one of the characters there, it's crazy how this person orders food and is now like socializing over there. You see them? And there's a guy behind me honking. He's like, whatever, I'm over here ordering food. I don't care. And then the person there's a passenger in this car. So the guy's honking behind me. The passenger in the car is like, I don't have the keys.
Exactly.
But this is the spoiler alert. And that Indian guy, he made his way towards one of the two in the back came up alongside them on the road, and he ran up and snatched one of their damn rifles. It looked like an M16, and he flipped that M16 around and he just laid one of those soldiers down. Pong, 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 pong. And the other soldier that was on top of that vehicle shoots him. Bow, bow. So he drops down. So he's like bleeding out, the Indian guy. And then out of nowhere, he just starts speaking in his native tongue. Yo. The tears welled up in my eyes so hard. It just was like super intense. Amazing filmmaking. The way he just bust out in freaking song. And then it was just so realistic how like a couple of people, they just gave up and they just got shot. They just, I can't do no more. And they knew they were gonna die. This guy was like, I'm taking somebody out. It was so true to what we have been told about the Indians or the Native Americans. The Native Americans are going to lay you, they're gonna, like, what's his name when we went across country, what was that Indian, it was on that field,
Bighorn?
Yeah, was it Bighorn? But I'm just saying, what was the Indian's name that just went all out? Everyone was like, whatever his name was, this guy went all out. Crazy Horse, right? This was like Crazy Horse. This guy was like, oh man, it was such a great scene. And let me just say this, there was at least 5 other scenes like that. And the ending was just super well done. You felt for the characters. You were sucked in. It was believable, and it was hard not to enjoy this movie. And I think I stand on the 9. I give it a 9, despite the fact that they had a 32-year-old British guy playing a Southern Black American guy. At this point, he should get out of his car and say, "Yo, I don't think this person is ordering food from here. He must be ordering food from across the street." There's a lot of food, a lot of places to eat over here, and it's all Muslim. This neighborhood is just like huge Muslim community in Brooklyn. What's the name of this neighborhood over here? This used to be Bay Ridge,
It
right?
still is.
Not no more. This is Allah Ridge. This ain't Bay Ridge no more. That's gone.
It's Bay Ridge. It's Hummus Ridge.
Right, Hummus Ridge, big time. I don't even. Oh look, I think this is the guy right here with the orange.
Guys eating clothes on.
What is he wearing?
It's funny.
You are appreciated for checking out my review on the long walk. It was a very long walk, 350 miles. There was 50 young men, and you got to see, like what drove these men to continue walking. It was pretty amazing. But I don't recommend it for kids. There was even a suicide on the walk. There was, yeah. Look at him. He's like, what? What happened? What happened?
I'm trying to figure out how to.
30.
What you need?
Yeah, he's like, what? What'd I do?
He drunk.
What'd I do, bruh? This dude is honking like crazy.
He's still trying to order. Dang.
But why shouldn't he get out the car? Que pasa, güey? Que pasa, güey? Chinga, güey. Órale, güey. Let me get out of here. Yeah, he's a Mexican guy, this guy. And then I'm sure there's no insurance on that car, so let me get out of his way. And I say that respectfully. What kind of truck is this? I thought this was like a halal truck.
I'm sure.
What does it say?
Mediterranean.
Mediterranean. He's feeling sexy.
He was looking for the tacos.
He's like, I'm gonna take you out to eat my meat to places you've never been before.
He looked twisted in the face.
Oh yeah, he looked twisted in the face and super. Look at this guy.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
oh my God! I need a new car, and that was a Mercedes. A Mercedes almost hit me, y'all. I need a new car. I'm fully insured, sir. Please. Wow, sir. All right. There I am. Here you are. That's my review. Check out the movie. Hey, was anybody say anything? You was checking. Hello.
The keeper said hello. And Steve Ladden asked what's going on in New York.
We almost got hit by a Mercedes, a new one. Actually, we're driving this two-way lane, and he actually got in our lane to go around a car that was going the speed limit. So he went from 25 miles an hour. We were only at about 20 miles an hour, and he goes to go around the car and literally it would have been a full head-on collision.
Ron's other alter
I had to jump
ego
into the
said
bus lane to get out of his way.
He enjoyed the movie.
Say that again?
Someone named Ron's other alter ego said he enjoyed the movie.
Oh, so he saw it as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was really good. It was really good.
I think it was even like a good man's movie, you know?
A man's movie?
Yeah.
You don't think it's a woman's movie, a mother's movie? They had a mother in there.
I mean, I think so, but I think it was a good.
And this guy going around me. Another Mercedes.
Oh, without a plate.
Without a plate.
Like, women can see it, but I feel like it was a great man's movie, you know?
Baby,
like,
I looked over and I saw tears all rolling down your face. What are you talking about? It's a man's movie where the woman is crying in the movie? That doesn't make any sense, babe. How could it be a man's movie? It's a couple's movie all day. This is an adult movie. It's only a man's movie if the woman is like this.
Is that something bad?
To call it a man's movie? I know it was a male-dominated cast, but I don't think it was a male movie. That's what I think makes it makes it so brilliant that you can take your woman there and she's going to be crying her fucking eyes out. It's not a man's movie.
All right.
That's like saying Rocky's a man's movie. Ain't a woman alive that didn't watch him run up them stairs and didn't have tears rolling down her face, along with her husband. And when he yelled out, Adrian! Adrian! That was a love story. I just disagree. But you're entitled to feel however you feel.
Yeah.
I don't mean to poop. I don't mean
the
the.
girls to see it. You know.
You wouldn't go with a group of girls. Right,
No.
right. Like I never said to go with a group of guys. Neither.
I know. I'm just
I
saying.
would never go with a group of guys to see that movie. That's kind
I
of like
think that would be
that'd be a little feminine for me. I said, you know, look, another car just went around me. What the fuck is going on over here in Brooklyn?
Not driving fast enough for that.
Whoa, I'm going 20. I'm going 20. That's like kids still out. Anyway, you appreciate it. I wouldn't go to the movie with a group of guys to see this. I would go with my lady. I think this is the perfect couples movie. I don't see it as a man's movie, even though it was a male. See, that's the difference between male-dominated cast and woman-dominated cast. A woman-dominated cast, men are not going to be able to really enjoy it like that. Whereas this was a male-dominated cast, and I looked over to the right, and guess who got them things falling down? Love you. Bye.